everybody, I'm Seamus.
I'm Josh.
I'm Rootsgarn.
And I'm Mumbles.
And we are bitching and moaning about Bioshock. You know, it was a good run up until we took care of Andrew Ryan, but after that the game went downhill. And so now we're going to fight Fontaine, I guess.
Don't forget to grab the needle from the little sister. She should be in the vent trying to give it to you.
Right. Use the needle to suck Fontaine's atom. Attack its weak spot for massive damage.
Well enough.
Fontaine waits above. There will be no going back from here.
Giant enemy crab. Alright, let's see here.
Our wallet is full, so
how am I
it's
doing
time to
on
spend some money.
weapons? On ammo, we want.
Yeah. Okay. Last episode I said something
Why
about
do we
spending it on plasmids, but actually money's really only good for like med kits and ammo and stuff.
Why do we still have a health bar for the little sister? We're not still escorting one.
I have no idea.
Oh, have you taken
I
enough
think we'll
pictures of the
probably
vending
go
machines?
later.
Level up your
Alright,
vending
we
machine
wanna
usage.
fill out our E-Hypos and our first aid kits.
Remember, there's
And I wanna
no
get some
Vita
0.0
chamber
buck.
What happens if you die?
If you
If
die,
you die, it's game over.
Yeah, then we reload.
Yeah. If you die, it actually melts down your CPU.
So I'm actually gonna save
So-
here so that I don't have to go through buying everything again.
So after babying you all the time, it's just gonna take that away. That's funny.
Alright,
Yeah.
I know we hate
endgame time.
elevators, but I
It's
love
time to
them.
end this protracted end of the game. Nothing has been fun since Andrew Ryan.
Fontaine. The level is called Fontaine. That is very creative. Like, isn't this a place? Like, what was this before it was Fontaine's crazy house?
That's a good question, actually.
Hey look, an elevator.
I named my bedroom Mumbles after myself.
You were my ace in the hole.
I named my bedroom Rootsgarn's Love Shack of Love.
Ew.
Heir to a son.
Oh, and now he's talking about how it hurts and it's betrayal. Once again, is he not reading the plot? Does he need to go back to Game Facts and read the middle act
Did it
of this
just
game?
auto-save for me anyway? Thanks. There are no Vita chambers! Oh no, it's Dr.
And-
Manhattan!
Oh, well, at least he
I don't
doesn't
remember
have his
how this
wiener
fight
out.
goes, but I remember it being really easy. Hit him with the needle.
This
Shoot him in the
is the easiest boss battle I have ever done.
You want to get serious?
Except for maybe like Yoshi Story.
This is Fontaine. This crazy thing.
When he
Like,
says,
after
"Do you
all
want to
that-
get serious?" It sounds like a Street Fighter. Get serious.
Come on, you move. It's supposed to be more than it hurts you. For the first thing I've
This
ever
kinda
had
just
to
plays
son,
like
I
a
am
Big
very,
Daddy
truly
battle.
Sorry. Ah, I'm gonna kill you. Ah. You know, I don't actually have any family, so it really does hurt me that I have to. It's funny because I punched you in the face.
This is Fontaine's grand plan. Fail at killing me.
Come and get it, Luke.
Oh, also now he has nukes.
He's got more than enough mobs? Did you just use MMO terminology?
Stuck on something. There's gotta be a better weapon I can use right here.
So I guess the idea was that it's supposed to be that Fontaine turned himself into what looks like an Art Deco image. You know, with the muscles.
Something like that.
He's
You know,
okay.
non-sexual
Have you ever
nudity.
seen the cover of an Atlas Shrugged novel?
Yeah.
It's Atlas.
Oh,
I have 803 Adam now.
Quick, find a dispenser and spend it.
Need a dispenser here. Need a dispenser here.
Atlas shrug. This is Atlas just punched you in the face, which is sort of a different kind of book with a different message.
Wow.
End game.
Oh, I'm sorry, were you monologuing? Tough.
You know, I really do love you. I've gotta cut you into pieces.
And then after winning,
Easiest boss.
Showed you what you was, what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and I tattooed inside your head. Now, if you don't call that family, I don't know what is.
If you don't call that family, I don't know what is. I brainwashed you and developed all of your memories.
And then you don't even get... And then you don't get to beat him. You actually lose the fight, and then the little sisters beat him for you.
Yes.
This also happens the same regardless of what you do. If you never saved a little sister, you still have a bunch of unbrainwashed little sisters killing.
Nice. Oh, and you've still got your hands. You're still not a big
They
daddy.
offered you this city.
Also, I know apparently I'm not in a fishbowl anymore. This is the weirdest part about this whole sequence, though. This cutscene. This game is so macabre at times, but this cutscene, the good ending.
What I've come to expect of you.
Yeah, this looks like a JRPG cutscene, like with lighting,
know.
lighting, it's music.
And then here you come with the girls that you rescued, and you bring them up. Just one man who looks like he's 40, but he's actually 10 years old. And he raises a bunch of little girls. He's 3. And he raises a bunch of little girls himself.
And in the end, what was your reward?
Why isn't he like the clones
Never
where
said.
he ages
But I
twice
think
as
I
fast
know.
no matter what?
Like, I thought you were a big daddy. Remember, that was the big turning point for you. You had to turn yourself into a big daddy.
Was it hard to explain?
Did you go through life going, "Arr, arr," and smelling like... How did
Sir,
you
are you alright?
I smoked a lot! So...
Hit the credits
That's
button.
Bioshock.
Have the credits roll while we have this conversation. There.
And maybe you can
That'll
also
give us
show
something
the
to look at.
alternate ending at some point.
I know we really tore the crap out of this game in the last 3 episodes. I think the first 2 acts of this game were really good, and then it really dropped the ball after the meeting with Andrew Ryan. Dropped the ball with gameplay, with story, with characterization. Almost everything fell flat.
Although there's also, like, this game is a lot like Half-Life 2. You can draw a lot of parallels to the way this game tells its story and the way this game plays to Half-Life 2. I mean, it's got that same sort of, like, atmospheric environment style storytelling. It's got the same sort of, linearity to it. Like, you're linear in this narrative. But this game is not nearly as good as Half-Life 2. And it's not just because the story is bad, but something that a lot of people don't actually mention about Half-Life 2, because there's so much other stuff to talk about, is that Valve nailed PC shooter mechanics in Half-Life 2. I don't think I've played a PC shooter that I liked playing more than Half-Life 2.
Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2!
You know, when I get right down to it, you know what game this reminds me of most? And this is not a terribly favorable comparison. Doom
Tetra.
3. It's a bunch of linear corridors that depict a sort of faraway society that went terribly wrong because of some perversion of science. There's lots of collecting audio logs. There's lots of doing very simple puzzles around fetching objects. There's lots of, there's lots of moments where Now, this game is scarier at times, but then there's other segments where it just has things jump out at you.
Yeah.
And in the end, I mean, there's a storyline, you get to make a few choices, and while the story in Bioshock is undoubtedly better, in the end, what you do doesn't have much of an effect on it. And then the end comes and you fight an end boss that's big and imposing, but isn't actually that hard.
It almost feels like an Obsidian game. It's buggy. It had like a really cool premise and like first 2 acts, and then the 3rd act, everything falls apart.
Although the
Like
scene
literally,
with Ryan,
the game just flies off the rails. Everything comes apart at the seams. It's tedium.
although Doom didn't have anything to mirror, and I would say Fontaine is about as interesting as Doom 3's Dr. Betruger. They're both that same level of evil dipshit, like, wait, what was your plan again? You were gonna, like, destroy everything and get rich? What were you even doing or thinking? And
Doom is
I
a
think
lot
the trigger
harder.
might have actually been the devil.
Bioshock is a very easy game, I think, when it comes down to it, and Doom is not easy.
Tell that to Josh, though.
Yeah, you weren't playing.
it is a
I
lot
played
harder
the
to play a game
game.
with... Well, it's harder to play any game with 3 people inside of your head shouting
Yes.
at you.
And also trying to, like, keep everything into 30-minute segments and not end up with a series that's 50
Obviously,
episodes
I'm not
long.
saying that Josh is not skilled at video games. I'm saying that the game, if you don't have 3 people in your ear, is easy. The boss battle, did you see how fast Fontaine went down? It was ridiculous. And just going through the corridors, all you get is the same fucking splicers every time. And you get overpowered powers, you get all kinds of weapons. It's an easy game.
I admire it for what it was trying to do, although I hate it for what it pretended to be. Obviously, looping back to the beginning. Of course, this is nothing compared to the System Shock. Even the big betrayal there of Atlas becoming Fontaine, System Shock 2 spoiler. You spend the first half of the game working for Janice Polito, and then you finally reach her office and discover that she's been dead, and Shodan was manipulating. Shodan is the evil computer that runs everything, and you've just put Shodan into power. Okay, so they even took that idea and tried to put it in this game, and I think it worked as far as when you fought Walt Disney, Andrew Ryan. But after that, it was like they didn't know what to do with it anymore. Like they felt like they needed another act, and they were out of ideas.
When this game came out, I felt like it did stuff that a lot of games at the time, and even today, aren't willing to try. It's a risky game to try and make, if you think about it. Like, some underworld, half steampunk, half art deco. You have to take down this guy with weird ideals, but he's not really the bad guy. It's a risky thing to do, and for that,
there's
that's
the whole
why...
commentary on objectivism, which in itself is a can of worms.
And it's not something that's really touched, not even in just video games, just in general. People don't necessarily... There's very few things that go after objectivism the way that a Bioshock did. And for that, it's a very interesting game, and that's why I like it so much, because of the ideas and the risks that it took. Not necessarily the combat and the unimaginative levels.
And I do give them credit. Well, to me, it doesn't seem like they took as many risks because, of course, when I see this game, I see a lot of what it just took from System Shock and copied.
Right.
So it doesn't. But you're right. It was a risky game, especially since, almost nobody played. The gaming is so much larger here 12 years late after System Shock 2. Most of the people that played System Shock, most people haven't played System Shock 2, put it that way. The people that did play it are now such a small part of gaming because there's so many more gamers,
Right.
that bringing this to the larger audience was pretty daring. And it paid off. It was a successful game. I mean, we bitched about it, but almost everybody else gave it Game of the Year.
Yeah.
And not just on the PC. People on the console played it. I think overall
Well,
it was
really is a console shooter.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a popular game with a risky premise. I mean, pulling that off is pretty impressive.
Hey, I can give it one bit of praise. It's not brown.
Oh my goodness. It is one. I'll give the art style is wonderful from beginning to end. Not just not being brown,
Yeah.
but everything adhering to a very interesting, unique, never been done before art style. Some people point out, oh, well, this has been done before. It's never been done before in a shooter. It's never been done, this Art Deco thing, in a first-person dystopian shooter. This is really, really different. And that is even something I'll give it over Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2, we've seen dystopian destroyed futures before, and in fact we've seen a lot of them, but this was something we've never seen before, and I liked seeing it.
So,
Alright.
that's Bioshock, guys.
I liked it.
It was pretty good.
I don't feel as if I can comment on that at this juncture.
You're going to need a couple weeks of rest and recuperation before you can discuss the game.
Therapy. Gonna have to go see a
We're sending
shrink.
Josh to rehab.
You're gonna see a vending machine and just start weeping.
See a vending
What's
machine with
wrong?
a clown next to it, and I just go berserk.
I want a Snickers bar, but I don't want to play Pipe Dream. I don't want to play Pipe Dream.
I'll sit down to read a book on coding, and all I will see is pipe.
Yeah, this was probably not good for you. Yeah, that was another thing they needed. They really needed one or two more mini games to mix Pipe Dream up a bit. That was really merciless.
I heard they fixed that in Bioshock 2.
Yeah, I heard there wasn't any in Bioshock 2. They just took the whole system out. And I mean, when you think about that system, it seems kind of superfluous. You're gonna hack the machine anyway.
Yeah,
so
how can you
why not
win
just
it by...
make the prices normal anyway?
Yeah.
Now, this isn't like I think there are much better hacking systems. Even the hacking system in Fallout 3 was more fun than just Pipe Dream over and over again. And actually, I mean, this isn't really applicable to this system, but I always thought that probably the most intuitive, the best flowing hacking minigame is the one they implemented in Deus Ex.
I would like to say that the hacking minigames in Mass Effect 2 are pretty awesome.
They're just matching games.
Yeah, which is good. It's better than Bioshock, where you're playing a pipe puzzle game, and
They should
Fallout
have-
3, where they're trying to emulate actual computer hacking.
They should have a hacking game that's Bejeweled. I would play that.
They should have a hacking minigame in Bioshock where the minigame is System Shock.
Oh my god. The Russian localization of this game, the hacking minigame, it's just Tetris.
Alright, so that was Bioshock.
Yep, I guess we're not going to really talk about what game we're doing next, but
No,
I
we're
can
not.
say that I will not hate it as much. Let's put it that
No.
way, that's your hint. It will be a game that I like more than this game.
Of course, everybody likes Pokemon.
Oh, that narrows it down.
I'm Gary
All right.
motherfucking old.
All right.
All right. See you guys next
series.
time.